What does a young artist yearn for besides gaining fame? Obviously, it would be how they would be paid, right? At the end of the day, being a signed musician is still a full-time job. However, not every artist is paid the same. It depends on the deal with the record label. Some artists have larger splits. For example, an artist like Drake would earn significantly more from his music than a new upcoming artist. This is simply due to the fact that Drake has been in the industry longer and has a much larger impact. How artists are paid from streaming is a piece by a man named Elio Quinton. This piece is potentially designed for younger artists who are curious on how they want to be paid. Quentin primarily uses ethos, logos, and a small bit of pathos towards the end of his article. You get the insight of how to grow your brand, what royalties look like, and what to expect when releasing music. However, this isn't just a regular piece. It's not some YouTuber talking about music splits. This comes from someone well immersed in music industry. Elio Quinton is a senior director of machine learning and audio R&D at Universal Music. This is Quentin using ethos to persuade his audience because he's already heavily involved in the music industry. If you look up Universal staff, you'll see Elio Quinton further proving his credibility. This just isn't a normal record label either. This is the leading record label across the whole globe. One thing Quentin's job consists of is evaluating and developing new models. Quentin uses a plethora of models throughout his piece to thoroughly show how artists are paid using streaming services. This is how he displays logos. He's using the evidence he's gathered while working on one of the biggest record labels in the world. He then uses his knowledge of models to make these detailed figures. He's combining both ethos and logos when making these models. The first model just shows a simple showing of how artists get their music out to streaming services. But there is a common theme with all of Quentin's models. They're all very detailed and further show Quentin's understanding of the industry. Quentin also utilizes engaging questions like when he asks the audience. You may be wondering, where does the royalties money come from in the first place? Then he breaks it down into two main mechanisms, premium users and free users. He then uses another detailed model to explain these mechanisms. When Quentin shows these models, he also includes blue boxes with captions explaining what the readers are seeing in the model itself. He also highlights any important words and makes them stand out from the rest. When he does this, he clearly wants the readers to remember what the term is and how it plays into the process of artists being paid from streaming. In the end, Quentin ends his piece by appealing to the audience. This is where he finally uses pathos, connecting with the emotion tied to the artist. He encouraged music enthusiasts to support their favorite artists through social media. There's a plethora of ways to grow their brand through X, YouTube, and TikTok.